Well, hello everyone. I hope you're having a blessed and beautiful day today. Oh my goodness. Well, I sprained my ankle yesterday. Oh my gosh. It seems like, okay, so I'm 43, just turned 43 in April. And it seems like since I turned 40, I feel so elderly. I swear, you get up out of bed and you have to warm yourself up before you can get up. You throw it back out when you sneeze. So yesterday I was walking and we have steps in the front of our house, like on our walkway, stepped off the step and completely did something to my foot. And, I am now the proud owner of an ACE bandage and a few new ice packs. So, my foot's all black and blue. Just, this is the life. Okay. This is the life. So, if you are younger than in 40s, this is what you guys get to look forward to. So be prepared. No, but I wanted to come on here today and talk about the article that I shared in my community tab about President Trump and how he's wanting to broker a peace deal with Ukraine and Russia. Now, I want to tell you again, this is like my personal opinion, okay? This is an opinion piece. This is not, anything other than. This is just an opinion piece. But I wanted to share what I was thinking about. When I saw that, I just got it was like an excitement, but it was something that was very, it was almost like, okay, this is it, this is it. And I don't believe 100%, do not believe that he is the Antichrist. I do not. But I do believe, and I want to talk about this. I do believe that he is going to play a big, big, big part in the tribulation. I believe that he's going to play a big part with the Antichrist. I believe that because of the fact that he is, quote unquote, a friend to Israel. I believe that he's a businessman. He builds buildings. He knows how to get buildings done quick and fast and efficient. He knows how to get it done the cheapest way possible. So with that being said, I believe, in my personal opinion, that he in some way is going to help facilitate the third temple that's going to be put in Israel. And I also believe that this peace deal, I believe that the peace deal that he has already put out, the Abrahamic Accord, there's no coincidence that it's called the Abrahamic Accord, and then you have the Abrahamic House. There's no coincidence that all of this, is together and that has the same names. My personal opinion is that he is somehow, some way going to help the Antichrist form or help him to make greater, like give him ideas or whatever to put out this peace deal. Because, he's in that article, he's saying that he wants to broker a peace deal. He's trying to bring peace to the Middle East. And some people are really blind. And it's really sad that they are so blind that they don't see the things that I see or just have their eyes open to what's going on. They think that, oh, well, he's the only president that has ever been able to bring peace. And, they don't realize the temperature of that. What is that? I mean, what is that? Do you not see it? Do you not visually see it? I know, and I've said this before, that God has granted me and blessed me with a huge amount of discernment to where he allows me to see things from a biblical perspective, a prophetic perspective. I can see things. I can, see how this is going to play out, or possibly how it's going to play out. Not that I'm a fortune teller or anything, but he has given me insight to be able to recognize what time it is and what's going on in the world and what's happening. And so when I saw that with Trump, The only thing that I could think of was that in some way, shape, or form that he was going to help, because he is very friendly with Israel. But I think it's a false, not necessarily that he does it on purpose, but I think it's a false friendliness towards them, because of the fact that he is trying to, or he did try to divide the land. And, if he was any friend of Israel, he would say, no, Israel, this is Israel's land. You can't take her land. But he wasn't. He was trying to divide it. And I think that he is also possibly, and I don't know this, so please don't quote me. I don't know. This is just how I feel, and just by seeing stuff, I wonder if he has anything to do with talking to Israel about them dividing the land, like maybe because everything's behind the scenes. And remember, everybody was so consumed with the queen and her funeral and everything. Every eye was on this TV screen and about that funeral that lasted like 7 days, and nobody was paying attention to everything else. And oh my goodness, there's a man walking in a dress and a wig. Wow. Okay. That took my focus on everything. Okay, goodness gracious. Oh dear, he's coming over here. Oh, he's got knee-highs on. Knee-high. Oh dear. Okay, anyways, take my eyes off. Okay, that just took my focus off everything. Okay, anyways. But I think that, I think his friendship with Israel is kind of like a fake friendship, in a way that he is going to help facilitate the third temple. I believe that he's going to work with the Antichrist. Like I said, I don't believe that he is the Antichrist. However, I do see why people say that he would be. But you have to remember that the Antichrist, for the short period of the 3.5 years, is going to be liked. They're going to see him as a Messiah. They're going to see him the world is going to look at him as the Savior of the world. They are going to receive a mark in worship of him. There is no way 100% possible that anybody will take anything in worship to Donald Trump, because they hate him so much. Just look at what they have done and are trying to do to that man. So I don't believe that he's the Antichrist, but I do believe that he is going to play a part with the Antichrist. I think he's going to be buddy with him, quite possibly because Donald Trump is a businessman, and the Antichrist is possibly going to be, going to rise out of that, going to be a businessman himself, brokering peace together. They're going to be one big happy family. The Israel trusts Trump, so if he says it's a good deal, you see how that's going to play out. Like, if they trust Trump, they believe Trump, they do, they worship Trump practically. They have coins with his face on it. They've got a train. I don't know if that train that's going to the temple that's not even there yet. I had originally heard that they were going to call it the Trump train. I don't know if they're going to call it that still, or if they're going to call it the Donald Trump train. I don't know. If they do, that's kind of weird. But it's kind of questioning. But they worship that man. So anything he says, if he says it's good, they're going to listen. They're going to say, okay, this is great. So if he says, yeah, divide the land. If you guys want your temple, here, you got to give some, you've got to divide it. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. That's my view on it. That's kind of like what I believe or see is going to be playing out. He's very bold in coming out saying that I'm going to get, help with peace. I don't know how he can possibly do that when he's not a president. Is he doing that as a normal citizen? Is he doing, how is he going to come around with world leaders when he's not in a position to do that anymore? Another thing, I was talking to my dad about this the other day. We were talking about the end times and how Donald Trump could possibly play a role in the end times scenario as far as after we're gone. But looking at how close we are at the same time, people were saying, and I myself were like, Trump's never going to get back in. He's never going to be a president again. But I kind of changed my tune on that. And he still may not. But he may. Because, like I said, he has to be, if, we'll just say capital IF, if he is a friend of Israel, okay? He is going to, let's just put this scenario that he gets into office again. He becomes president. He is now the leader of the free world. He is now going to broker peace with the world. He's going to help the Antichrist push this beast system. Because remember when Trump was in office and he started this this whole sticker thing? He's the one that started that whole thing. And he was the one that was saying, oh, just get it. It's a great thing. Nobody will get sick from it. Nobody will die from it. And then everybody trusted him and they ran out and they got this thing. And look what's happening. And so if he gets in again, I kind of feel like that's the same sort of thing that's going to happen. He's going to say, oh, just go get it. It's great. This is great for business. You won't have to carry your wallet. You guys can have, it's a great medical achievement, whatever. I think he's going to convince the population that it's a good thing. But in fact, it's worshiping the beast. But I could be wrong because people hate the guy. So, I can't imagine, and the Christians, that support him, the majority of them who are truly believers are going to be gone. So they're not going to be around here to say, hey, trust this guy. I don't know. It's just a thought. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay. But I saw, and I've been seeing this for some time. I've been seeing people that have statues of Trump, and they have those flower necklaces around him, and their candles around him, and they're worshiping him. And so I could see how people would say that he's the Antichrist. I really could. But I don't believe he is. But I believe that he is going to help. I believe he's going to help the true Antichrist for sure. And I believe because the election, Israel's election, people have forgotten about that. Israel's election is coming November 1st. Now, whether my dream is true or not, I'm just, if you remember my dream, the Antichrist is going to be, the person that's coming in is going to be the Antichrist. Now, that position is going to be open here, and they have already said the Messiah is coming. They've already said that everything, I'm not going to go over it again right now, but, it's ripe. It's ripe for the Antichrist. Everything is ripe for the Antichrist. And, he could get in, on the 1st and start his spiel. Will he come in as the Messiah? Will he come in as this, I've got all the answers right away? Or is it going to take time? Not sure. Is he going to come in and say, oh, I've got a plan. This is how this is going to work? Not sure. Don't plan on finding out. But the church is going to be gone before that. So if the Antichrist is, coming onto the scene soon, we have to be out of here. The fall feasts are going to be fulfilled by Christ. And the start of it is going to be the rapture and his second coming and all of that, because the rapture and the second coming are two different events. So he still needs to fulfill the fall feast. So, I don't know. I pray that it's this year. I pray that it's within this next few days. I have a feeling that people are going to be very disappointed if it's not. But that just means that we're one day closer. I'm tired too. Trust me, I am excruciatingly tired. I want to go home. I am sick and tired of this place. This place is, I heard somebody say one time that for the Christians, this world is the most hell that we will ever taste. But to the unbeliever, this world is the most heaven that they will ever taste. So, this is the most hell that we are ever going to feel, because we are going to be raptured out of here. And the people that are here, they think that this is bad, but this is heaven compared to where they're going. So anyways, guys, I'm going to keep it, well, let's see, where am I? Pretty lengthy, but I'm going to go ahead and send this off. But I love you guys, and I will be back soon. I would love to talk about the rapture. I'm going to keep sharing what's going on. Just keep your eyes to what's happening, and keep occupying until Jesus comes. I know many people are in pain, and they just long for Jesus, and I get that. I totally understand. I myself might not be in, daily pain, and I feel for those that are, because I couldn't imagine dealing with that and just wanting to go home so bad, and it just feels like Jesus is not listening. And I promise you, he is listening to you. He hears our prayers. He is coming, and he is trying to wake his bride and say, look, he wants us to look at everything that's happening and know that in the midst of all of that, he's going to take our hand, and he's going to get us out of the way before he carries out his wrath. So, but I did have a question. And if you guys can answer me this, I asked Brother Chad from Watchman on the Wall, but he hasn't been able to get back to me yet. But I was kind of thinking about this yesterday. I'll close with this. While we're celebrating our feast in heaven, we have our 7-day wedding feast in heaven after we are raptured. Why do the two witnesses, who I believe personally, for my own knowledge, is Moses and Elijah, just by my own thing, why do they miss out on the feast with us? Why do they miss out, but they have to come down here for 3.5 years? Now, they'll be here for 3.5 years, so they'll get the tail end of it. So I was kind of thinking about that. Like, I wonder if, they're going to be down here doing their thing down here while we are receiving our, the judgments and crowns and whatever. And then we will all celebrate together once they die, because they're going to die for, 3 days or whatever. I don't know. And then they're going to resurrect and come to heaven. So, I don't know. I was kind of thinking about that. Like, I wonder why they'll be here while we'll be there celebrating. Like, if I feel like they're going to miss it. I almost feel bad. Like, they're going to miss the party, So I don't know if you guys can answer that question. That's kind of an in-depth question. But anyways, guys, I'll end it here. But I love you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.